You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
Had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
only Cowboys game.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here. Welcome to day 3 of training camp, where today the Eagles had a private walkthrough we couldn't see, but what would we have seen? We would have seen our boy Jalen Hurts tearing it up like a surgeon. I don't know how anybody can't be so excited about what we've seen in the last 2 days. I know it's only 2 days, but I'm excited about it. I'm pumped. I'm ready to run through a wall. I'm ready to play right now. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? That was building up. I had to let it out. EN890, what's up? Eagles, what's up? Lacey Ford, what's going on? Papa Eagle, what's up? J-Dog, Philly Flyover, Philip, what's going on? Rufus, Dylan, hi, little kitty. Eagles, was it Chiefs? Makaho, what's going on? Jay, the Gift of Gab, Kamara, Colton, anybody I miss, I apologize. Jews flying high. Petey Tatted, Cody, what's going on? Andrew, G59, what's going on? Chicken cheesesteak. Yo, I could go for chicken cheesesteak. Bubba, what's happening? So yeah, today the Eagles had private walkthrough, so no media was there. They're back again tomorrow at practice. We will be live for the practice. It'll be a big day tomorrow, and then I think they're off on Sunday. So, so far, what I've seen, everything we've heard, I think there's a lot to be optimistic about. First thing first, Jalen Hurts looks thin. Like he doesn't look like he's as big as he was, and he looks fast. Everybody's saying he looks much faster than a year ago, and so far he's been accurate, dead on accurate, like a surgeon. And I think, to me, that is the biggest hope that we can have. The other thing that really stands out at camp so far is the 3 battles that are brewing. There are 3 big roster battles, all fighting for starting jobs. The corner, the linebacker, and the wide receiver. And it's going to be interesting to watch and see how these guys going forward. And what I would like to know, what do you guys think? Like, who do you think wins these battles? Can a guy like Jeremiah Trotter Jr. end up starting and winning one of these battles? What's happening, everybody? Justin, what's up? 500 finally made for a live stream. I'm glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. Lit City, what's going on, man? Football Friday. Yeah, really, it's the first Football Friday of the year, because we have isn't the preseason, isn't the Hall of Fame game next Thursday? The same time the Eagles will be open practice, which I will be live streaming. Me and Joey will be live streaming that together. Princess Gamer, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? King Dingbat, what's going on? How are you? Eagles fan, what's up? King George says, Philly, I have the same shirt. Superman shirt? Yeah. You know why I got it? It wasn't because of Superman. It was because it was long. I like long shirts. J-Dog says, who's gonna be your star for the preseason for the Eagles? Like, who do you think stands out in preseason? The starters probably don't play much, right? So I'm gonna say Ringo, and I'm going to say Anaya Smith. There we go. Of course, Jalen's going to look faster. He doesn't have the effed up knee like he did last year. Yeah, that's right. He did have a bad knee, but he looks thinner though. Like he looks like he's like 15 pounds lighter. I'm not saying he's 15 pounds, but he looks thinner. Like I thought he was a little bulkier last year than he is this year. That could be big, man. That could be big. The difference really, if you remember early in camp last year, it was like, they'd have practice and it'd be like, oh, Jalen just overthrew Davante. He just overthrew Quez. He's just missing guys, slightly off. This year so far, early on, he's making those throws. 35-yard touchdown to Goddard. Big over-the-shoulder throw down the field to A.J. Brown with Slay covering. He's been accurate passing the ball. 500. I'm going to the Phillies game tonight. Oh, you lucky, man. Yeah, I saw that Tua signs an extension. Poor Dak Prescott. The Cowboys are in trouble. Listen, I listened to that moron's press conference for Dallas yesterday, Jerry Jones. Dude, I have no doubt he wants to blow that team up. I don't think he thinks Dak could win the big game. I really don't. Big Mass, what's going on, man? Sending love to Boise as always. Absolutely. Let's see. If the Cowboys had more time to get off that play, what would have happened? Which play? Key rise on Jalen's Hunt during preseason. There's something about Jalen's Hunt. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him that I think is going to be really, really good. I'll tell you what. If you look at Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter so far too, those guys look fantastic. Here's Carter and Jordan Davis running drills, man. I think these guys are going to be brutal against teams this year. They look good, man. They look really, really good. What the heck was that? I don't know how I did that or what I did. But I don't know why Gerald Ford just popped up. I hope the fact that they're shining isn't a reflection on the interior line. Cam hasn't started yet at right guard. Is an issue. No, Cam's the center. Cam Jurgens is your center. I think he'll be fine at center. The question is Tyler Steen at that right guard spot. They look like he's getting first dibs. You got Becton working in on whatchamacallit. Becton playing left guard while Dickerson was out. Will Steen get that job, or will Becton fight him for it right guard spot? Will there be a shakedown? No shakedown tomorrow. We're doing a shakedown Saturday and Thursday. So it'll be Saturday. I'm sorry, not Saturday. It'll be Monday, Thursday, and then we'll be back on Saturday the week after. I think it's both 500. I think Dak is tired of Jerry and Jerry's yeah, you could be right. You could be right. But, it don't look like he's going to pay him. Now, Tua goes out there, and Tua gets more reps. Tua gets a huge contract. It's only gonna make Dak get more money. What did Tua get? How much did Tua get, by the way? Who's going to be surprise cut for the preseason? Because you say Britton Covey could get cut. You said that, right? I don't know that Britton Covey will get cut. I just know that there's a lot of guys that could return kicks now. So I wonder if that will affect them. Surprise cut? See, I don't think Bradbury will be there. I think he'll get traded, but I don't think that will be anything big. Surprise cut? I would have said Avonte Maddox if Cooper DeJean didn't get hurt. So who would be a surprise cut? How about Paris Campbell? Oh, how about that? 500. Listen to Pop Smoke. Who the hell's that? He got $51 million. So what is that gonna mean for Dak Prescott? That's what I want to know. We got 248 people in this Butter Humper. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. I don't know. What does that mean for Dak? 212. Is he really worth that much? You know what I mean? Sean Fitzpatrick off topic. Raiders are morons. Mahomes dummy at training camp. Yeah, I don't know what the Raiders are doing, but the last guy in the world in the league that you want to piss off is Patrick Mahomes. He's going to throw 5 touchdowns against them. Stupid. 51 or 53. 51 per. I don't know. 500. I think we wasted a pick with running back Shipley. I hope not RC3. Listen, I watched the tape of him and stuff. I don't know. There's nothing that stands out and say, oh yeah, there's going to be guys going to be great, but I'm hoping he'll be good. You know, I do think running back is a position that they should add. You know, the Raiders think they do. Dak is a Tony Romo 2.0, simple as that. Absolutely. And these are clips from the first 2 days of camp so far that we've gotten. So I'll play that every once in a while for everybody. Raiders were making fun at his voice, and then they did something else now too. So they're like going at Mahomes for like no reason. It was funny. It was funny. They had to like a Kermit the Frog puppet. It was kind of funny, but I wouldn't mess with Mahomes. I mean, dude, sorry, Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. It's not even close. There's one Mahomes and then a huge drop off, in my opinion. Surprise cut Gainwell. The only reason I didn't say Gainwell is because, and I guess you could say that with Paris Campbell, but I just they for whatever reason they love him. It's kind of crazy. My under radar rookie Trevor Keegan, that kid's a badass. I think he's going to be another good player, man. But how's he going to see the field? Like that's the interesting part of the cornerback situation. Like you obviously have an open competition with the starting outside corner opposite Slay. They're rotating Ringo. They're rotating Isaiah Rodgers. I'm willing to bet anybody that next week, some point, Quinyon Mitchell gets number 1 team reps. But who's going to win that job? And how does a guy like Ringo or a Quinyon Mitchell or how do they even get on the field if they're only playing on the outside? It's kind of crazy. I really wish Isaiah Rodgers could play in the slot. If you could just throw him in a slot, it would change so much. Did you watch Bad Dog Chris? No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately, watch it. I'll definitely go do that though. We got 293 people in here. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what, we are not going to see a lot of Mark Holmes meltdowns this year, because I think Dallas is going to be in such chaos that he is just going to be like he's going to be a little more like Bad Dog midway through the year, where you just have nothing left. You're just going through the motions. I think the breakout guy this year is Milton Williams. Yeah, I like Milton Williams. If he breaks out a lot, though, how the hell are we keeping him? Yeah, Becton threw up. I thought it was 9 times. It might have been 10. But he was throwing up. He was heaving. You know what I mean? And dude just came right back in and got it. I think Becton is a steal. I've been saying it. Obviously, I'm fired up. I've had a lot of caffeine today. Totally forgot we had Matt Hennessy. I know. That's crazy, right? Surprise cut. Eli Ricks or McPherson? I think McPherson. I love Eli Ricks. I think Eli Ricks. I think he could play in a slot. I think he could play outside. I want to keep Ricks. It's going to be hard to keep Mitchell off the field. So let's say you're right. Let's say Mitchell, it's hard to keep him off the field. You got to put him starter. And you know what? And by all counts, that's who I want to start. But what do you do with Isaiah Rodgers and Ringo? I don't know. I mean, to me, Isaiah Rodgers is a good player. And I think that he's only there 1 year, but I would like to keep him. I really wanted them to put him in the slot. Oh, Devin White is going to be the sleeper of all free agency. Devin White, monster year, Pro Bowler. By November, the number 1 question I will be getting will be, does Devin White stay with the Eagles? Can we resign him? Because I think Devin White's going off. Our O-line is so deep, pause, that our backups can start on another team. It's true. Philip, what's going on? He goes, like I said, to stock up on cigars, 500. I still want to see DeJean on the field. I'm curious to see what he can do. I don't think the number 1 fan is going to make it to none of them are happy. Poor Mark. Yeah, Mark's in big trouble. As far as DeJean goes, My thoughts on DeJean, like when I watched DeJean, I remember coming on saying instantly, I thought he was a safety. I thought he would be a perfect safety in the league. And I think he could play outside corner. I think he could play slot. I think he could be good. But I really think you got to use him as like, you have to think differently with DeJean. Like, let him learn to play safety. Let him learn to play in the slot. Quinyon Mitchell, to me, outside, shut down, corner, don't mess with him. DeJean needs to learn to be the guy where it's like, all right, we're going up against a tight end. DeJean's going on him. All right, we're going up against this outside wide receiver. We want to put DeJean on him. Like, he needs to be like a Swiss Army knife. Am I all over the place? I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute. I don't know. I don't think Anaya Smith's going to start Dingbat by the end of the year. Listen. Paris Campbell, how many good years did he really have? Like, seriously. He's got talent. He had, one good year? One decent year? How many did John Ross have? Nothing. Well, I mean, why can't Anaya Smith wind up beating these guys out later on in the year? I mean, with his yards after the catch and his frame, I just think he's the ultimate complement to the two guys you already have. I'm going to stick with it, man. Anaya Smith starting by the end of the year. They need to put Mitchell on the outside and slide Rodgers into the slot. Thank you, Bubba. I don't like Maddox. He really had bad eyes. You can't count on him to stay healthy. That's the thing. You can't count on him to stay healthy. That was what I wanted. I wanted to slide Rodgers in the slot, put Mitchell on the outside, Slay, Ringo behind Slay for one more year, and then DeJean, I'm putting at safety. And I'm going to let him learn safety this year and slot. And he's going to play in those two areas. And then every year he's going to learn more. But eventually I'll have, in my future, like 2-3 years down the road, it'll be Mitchell, Ringo on the outside, Rodgers in the slot, and then C.J. Gardner-Johnson safety. And then I have DeJean floating around. What's up, Lucius? How you doing, my man? Cooper DeJean hurt his ass. He hurt his hamstring. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Met Anaya Smith at college. He's an amazing dude. That's what I heard. You stick it with it hard. He hasn't showed up yet. I know. Listen. It's a hot take. There's a few things that I truly believe. Right. One, I believe Anaya Smith starts at slot wide receiver unless they go out and trade or sign somebody. I think he's the guy in the slot by the end of the year. Also, by the end of the year, I believe Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is coming for that spot. I believe that Jeremiah Trotter Jr., when he starts and he plays one game and he starts, it's over. He will not relinquish that position. I think those two guys will start this year. And part of the reason why I say those guys is because if you look at the depth chart in front of them, I don't think there's all that much above them. I mean, when they had DeJean in the slot, he only had to beat out Avante. I thought he had a chance. You look at Quinyon Mitchell, he's got to deal with Isaiah Rodgers. He's got to deal with Ringo. It may take him some time. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, obviously. Batman's twin, a member for 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. How you doing? How's the fam been? How's the fam taking being abandoned? I think they're happy. I think they're celebrating. I hear them all laughing and stuff, and I'm up here working. I think they're I think they're loving it. But don't miss me soon enough. Soon as they want something. But thank you, man, for your support, man. Thank you for the first member chat. On the go, how are you doing? I'm doing good, my man. How are you? 500. I know I own him. I know. The last time I went on, and he was the last 2 times, I feel bad for him. I was like, how many times could I just double moonwalk this guy's ass? You can only do it so many times. It's like, I don't know. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Let's see here. Philly, who's better, McCoy or Saquon? Right now, I would say McCoy. But Saquon has the potential. you know, the thing with McCoy, if McCoy finishes out as an Eagle, if he stayed an Eagle his whole career, he would have every Eagles running back record, and it wouldn't even be close. But I think right now you have to say McCoy. He's done things more consistently. Now, I will say this. McCoy has never had that offense that Saquon's had to play under. He's never been on such a bad offense. You know, his time with the Eagles, his time with Buffalo, going to Kansas City and stuff, he never had that kind of offense. Clayton says, Dak said he would be okay with playing for another team. I see the Cowboys trading him after season, getting Shedeur Sanders. I think the Cowboys want to get rid of him. I do. I do. You can't tell me the way Jerry Jones talks, they want to keep that guy. That mother humper's gone. Jordan Love next for a contract. Well, they said he's close. So he's going to be good to go. He'll be ready for the Eagles week 1. J2 of 5 foot. He says, "Hey Philly, don't feel bad because every chance mark." Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Christopher, thank you for super chat of the day, my man. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Because A500, what sport would you play in the Olympics? Does it have to be single or individual? If I could be an Olympian in any sport, it would be boxing. I love it. I would love to be a boxer, you know. So boxing would be my number one sport in the Olympics. In the Winter Olympics, I would say hockey and a goaltender. Goaltending is my favorite position to play in hockey. And thank you for super chat. Luke, a member for 6 months. Thank you so much. He goes, what's up, 500? Thoughts on Fangio's press conference? Fangio is very honest, and he's very old school. I like his mentality. I don't know if the Eagles are going to like that he's so forthcoming. I mean, what he said about Bryce Huff, like he's not ready. He's not ready yet. I thought that was really, really interesting. I like the old schoolness. What I don't know that I like is the system. I'm more of a Jim Johnson, 4-3 base. I don't mind 5-2, but I believe in pressure. I believe in pressure on the quarterback, a lot of pressure. So we'll see how it goes. But I was okay with it. I think he's a huge upgrade to what we had. They can't trade Dak after the season he's free. No, after they would have to trade him. Well, let's say the Cowboys are struggling, right? Let's say they're hovering around 500. Do they trade Dak? Do they send him to a team that's a quarterback away? Or would it be too hard for him to do that? I don't know. All interesting questions. But if you listen to Jerry Jones yesterday, it sounded like, he basically said, I've given Dak Prescott a lot of talent. And he has. He's not wrong about that. That's what Mark Holmes always shoes. Oh, Dak never has talent. He's given him a lot of talent. Dak has just come up short. I don't know that Jerry Jones really believes in Dak Prescott. I truly don't. I think Jordan Love is better than Tua. I hope to pay him. Oh, he is. He is better than Tua. But Tua, you guys said what? $51 million? So $51 million, what are they going to have to pay Dak? What does Dak want? 60? I don't understand why Dallas waits to sign their players. They're so dumb. G59 goes, what's up, Philly? Might re-enlist in the Marines here soon unless Joey wants to hire me at Wawa. Well, listen, man, I have nothing respect for the military and those guys. But we'll talk to Joey about Wawa so we can keep you in town. Why is Joey working at Wawa? I don't understand. Cowboys execution of what? Execution of nothing. Dak has no trade clause. Yeah, but the question is would Dak use it? It sounds. Dak didn't sound all that like. It sounded like Dak in his mind is okay with leaving Dallas. Dallas don't have the money. They have the money for the future. They could sign him for the future. Dak counts $55 million on the Cowboys cap this year. Yeah, $55 million on the cap. All they had to do was restructure. That would have saved them $20 million. They would have had $20 million instantly. They didn't even try. You can't tell me they're willing to eat $55 million in cap space because they're all out trying to win. They don't want, they want to blow this team up. They want to blow this team up. Ringo going to be a Pro Bowler? You might be right, man. You might be right. J-Dog says, Jerry Jones said we all have our situations. Yeah. That's not a situation. That's a I'm done with this team. They're not winning. They can't win the big game, and it's time to move on. Bubba says Dak has a no trade clause. They can't trade him even if they wanted. He is going to be a complete free agent at the end of the year. Yeah, but how do you know he wants to stay in Dallas? Like, what if the Dallas Cowboys are struggling and they want to move him to I don't know, the Raiders, and the Raiders say, listen, come play, and we will make you highest paid quarterback. Maybe he doesn't say, I want to stay in Dallas. It doesn't sound like Dak Prescott is that excited about staying in Dallas. I think there's something definitely going on between Jerry and Dak. Johnny Ringo, yeah, I know. I call him Johnny Ringo because I watched Tombstone, like one of the greatest movies of all time, yo. Philip says, Prescott is a professional choker. Thank you. And Jerry Jones knows a 500. I think he's done with, I think the Couch Boys are going to rebuild. I agree. I think Dallas struggles this year. Put a 1 in the comment section if you think Dallas finishes 1 or 2 in the division. Put a 2 in the comment section if you think he finishes 3rd or 4th. I got Dallas finishing 3rd place behind Washington. If the Birds were to move from Philly, would you still be a fan? It would depend. If the Eagles left, let's say they left and they went to another team, another city, and Philly didn't get a team, I probably would be. But as soon as Philly gets another team, I would become that fan of the Philly team. City first. Bald Eagle, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Dak is milking them and then going to get a Kirk Cousins contract next year when he gets a crazy guaranteed contract next year. Yeah, but the question is, and thank you, Bald Eagle, for the super chat. Will it be with Dallas? So we got 2, 2, 2, a 1, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 2, 2, a 1. Of course, Stage is going to think that with his thumbnail. 2, 2. All right. So most of you guys think. Most of you guys seem to think they're finishing 3rd or 4th. I do too. I think with all the stuff with the money, then you have CeeDee Lamb holding out. If CeeDee Lamb misses off training camp, they're gonna have a slow start. And I just think they have no running game at all. I just think their offense is gonna be rely too much on the passing game. Bubba said, did you hear Jerry Jones' conference? He sounded like that guy that has dementia. He just run. Oh, I know. He sounded bad, Jerry Jones. If I was a Cowboy fan, I would be so pissed off. I wouldn't. G59 goes, are you confident our tight end room? Dylan McMahon, one backup Jurgens. I don't know a lot about the backup center, to be honest with you. As far as the tight end room, no, I'm not comfortable with the tight ends. I'm comfortable with Dallas Goedert. I think if he stays, he's a stud. But after him, it does concern me. I would say this. When I look at the offense, my 3 concerns are, who's your backup, your number 2 running back? I think you have a huge gap between Saquon and the other guys. Then who's your backup tight end? I think there's a big drop off there. And then I think the slot receiver, though a lot of people like Paris Campbell and Ross, if you look at the production they've had in in football, their careers, it hasn't been a lot. I don't know how deep we are there. So I would say those worry me, Dallas 7 and 10. Yeah, something like that. I think that let's say CeeDee Lamb holds out all of camp. So let's say he holds out all camp. Then he comes back in for week 1. He ain't going to be ready week 1. It's going to take him till like week 4 to get going. They might be 1 and 3. Lucius the Show, thank you for being a member for 11 months, man. Shout out to you. He goes, watching Vic defense, I see why defensive backs play soft. He hides exotic pressure from the front seven, making it look like blitz. Hot take, Trotter starts week 1. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think Fangio's defensive backs usually do pretty good though. Like his secondary is usually not that bad. Not that I remember. I don't think Miami was that bad last year. Bald Eagle, thank you for super chat. He goes, Dak's going to the Jets, Titans, Browns, or Denver. Wow, thank you for that. I would have said the Raiders, but who knows? Lord Von says, I got the Niners winning 9 to 10 tops. Look at their schedule. Wow, that would be surprising for me. Even though I haven't seen their schedule, so I'll have to check it out. It took them a month last season to get CD going. Yeah, that's right, Josh. But if he misses time, he's going to be on the first 2 weeks, a limited snap count. And they just got no running game. I don't like their run game. I think Dallas is in trouble. Washington's an upstart team. I like that rookie quarterback. I think he's going to be good. Which defensive back is going to start week 1? If I had to guess, I'll say Slay, and I'm going to say Rodgers. I'll say Rodgers starts week 1. I would like to see Quinyon, but he needs to get reps. You're going to have a good bet for Mark since we are going to sweep him. Listen, man. Mark doesn't even want to bet. He looks so depressed. I mean, he looks so depressed. I don't know. I just don't know if we're going to get any of this year.
It's time.
Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking it. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
That's all you're going to see from Mark Holmes this year. Philly flyover. Remember, for 1 month, says Dallas ain't winning more than 7 games. Pound poverty franchise. I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's see here. Let's see. Private says Philly since Hassan isn't showing up to the Jets training camp because he wants a new contract. Do you think we would have did that with us? That's why they trade him. It's a great question. I really go back and forth. Part of me feels like if you listen, there was a press conference after the Tampa game, and he said, I'm not holding out. That's what he said. Now, he could change his mind, but I really feel like he's less likely to hold out if he's still with the Eagles. And the reason I say that is, what's his loyalty to the Jets? He told the Jets on the phone, all right, if you trade me, I want a new contract. And they still traded for him. So he doesn't feel loyalty. He told them, I think he might. I think it's 50-50. I think there's a chance that he would be here in camp right now. Rufus, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, yo, 500, what's good? It's like, 50G for each practice or week. Yeah, it's something ridiculous for each. Like, I think it's like each day. I don't know what the exact figure on, but it's like each day. It's not even week. And thank you for that super chat, Rufus. Brandon says, Ringo is our biggest corner. He needs to play against big wide receivers and tight ends exclusively. I like it. I mean, do you think they would use like rotating corners? I don't see that. Like, I don't see them saying, all right, well, week 3, we want to put Ringo in because we think he's a better matchup. I don't know that they would do that corner wise, but I mean, what we want, I think, is give Ringo one more year behind Slay. He's good now. I think he'll be really good. Let him learn, let him play, and then let Slay go at the end of next year. After next year, let him go. Let Ringo take over, and then let's get Quinyon Mitchell on the field this year. And let's move Isaiah Rodgers to slot. SF goes up 500. Do you have a link where you get that flag in the backdrop? The channel, Gilbert, I love the channel. Thank you, my man. No. A subscriber made that for me and sent it. So no, there is no link for it. But if he was to sell them, he would sell a lot of them. That's for sure. Cole's Cowboys, what's up, man? What are you crying about? 2023 NFC East champions in the building. Yes, we are. Thank you. The Eagles are. You got to be so depressed. You can't tell me you're not a little bit upset about what's going on with your team. Hung says, who is the worst, Cowboys or Niners? Niners because they choked the Super Bowl twice already. Who is worse? Cowboys. Cowboys are worse. I have a hatred for the Cowboys that can't be contained in the natural world. It just can't. The Cowboys, the Boston Celtics, those two teams, I hate with a passion. 500, did you watch the Jurgens Barkley video? Cam is going to be the next great. I did. I watched about half of it. I didn't get through the whole thing yet, but I did, yeah. Green Bay Packers scored again on the Dallas Cowboys. They just scored. Boy, that week 1 game is going to be good. Cole's Cowboys says, laugh out. Yeah, I'm depressed. I can't lie. Man, it's got to be frustrating. Like just in all seriousness, it's got to be frustrating. Real Cowboy fans knew the Packers game would be a challenge, and fake fans were saying they're going to Super Bowl. Mark Holmes was looking for Super Bowl tickets that morning. That week 1 game is a huge game for the Eagles. I think it's a gigantic game for week 1 because I think my top 4 NFC teams going into this year is, and in no order, Eagles, Niners, Lions, Packers. I think those 4 teams are your 4 best teams in the conference. I think that Packer-Eagle game could end up being a tie-breaking situation type game. I just do. We'll have to see. But, man, it's going to be tough. It really is. Hilarious. I hate the Cowboys and Celtics more than any other teams as well. Yeah, I hate those teams. I don't feel good about the Brazil game. I don't know why, but I'm uneasy. Well, you know what it is it's week 1. The Eagles kind of slow start last year. And then, you're in Brazil. It's supposed to be your home game, but you really don't have a home field advantage. So it makes you uneasy. I'm feeling better and better. I feel like that's going to be a Saquon Barkley game. I'm saying 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. Parsons will be an Eagle. I agree. SFF says, ready for some games. Me too. I think 1 more week, right? 500, can you play It's Over video, please? This member. I just played it like a couple minutes ago. We'll play it again at the end. Definitely. I got the Eagles and the Lions in the NFC Conference Championship game. Yeah, I could see that. I could see any combination of Eagles, Lions, Packers, Niners. HBO Max, Righteous Gemstone, the best show on Max. Righteous Gemstone. Never heard of it. Let's see here. Let me catch up. 500, I think Howie is not done. We will have a couple good moves to come. Gilbert. I definitely think so. I think the Bradbury trade is coming. So I think you're going to trade Bradbury. That will happen. And then on top of that, I think you have to look at how the position battles go. Like, how does the wide receiver position go? How does the linebacker position go? Well, they won't trade for a linebacker, but maybe I could see them doing something with wide receiver. And then, of course, injuries and stuff. So to you, though, 500, man, right back at you, my man. Texas Boy says, Eagle fans and Micah Parsons on the Cowboys hope and wishing he would. No, it's almost like seems destined to happen. Will the Cowboys keep Dak Prescott or keep Micah Parsons? I think they keep CeeDee Lamb, but the other one, they have to make a choice. You have to make a choice, Texas Boy. Parsons or Dak? Who you going with? You second? Oh, what's it about? I want the Winers to try that shit at Saquon as they did with DeAndre. No, it won't work. I think Barkley, especially early on in the year, you want to use him because you know how they say that when you get a new coordinator and your offense sometimes takes a while to get going, although the offense has really looked good for us the first 2 days, but that's only 2 days. The pads aren't even on. I think the pads come on, after 6 practices. But I think the key to your offense early in the year is Barkley. Use Barkley, especially in that Green Bay game, man. Run him, let your offense get into a rhythm. Right, it's about a family of thumbs. Oh, really? I'll have to look at it. Oh, let me get that off. Eagle fan talk about Cowboys with the Packers. Who's going to have an L against them week 1? Who do you play week 1? Who does Dallas play again? Cleveland? That's a loss. Chris got member for 34 months. Thank you so much, my man. He goes, Hurts looks really sharp. His go-to guy early so far was Campbell. Yeah, Campbell day 1. Now, day 2, they started Ross at the slot. So they're rotating those guys. So Campbell was day 1. Ross was day 2. Will Anais Smith get any first-team reps? We will see. I think you nailed the 4 best teams in the NFC. I mean, that's what I think. You never know. There's always a team that emerges, right? But I don't know. To me, those sound like the 4 best teams. SFF says, I think the Birds are really fully loaded and focused this year with this new staff was the missing pieces and will dominate all of them. Close games and actually have an O-line to attack you. I agree. I feel good about the first 2 days. I feel good. Jalen Hurts coming in, smiling, the way he talked to the media, the way he's answered questions. I just feel like it was just the vibe I get is that this team is in a good place right now, and that they're going to have a huge year. What I want to see and what I'm hoping is that we actually get to see them play a little bit in preseason. Kamara says, Philly 500, I'm so happy you have your YouTube plaque. I've been watching your channel for years, and bless you, brother. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. And listen, it's you guys that got that plaque, and it's not me. So I appreciate you and everything you guys have done for me. I could see the Rams look at Trashberry since their starting corner went down with ACL. Yeah, I could see that too. Did you hear what Fangio said about Bradbury? In his press conference yesterday, he said it takes a while, for a corner to go to safety, and it's not easy, and it doesn't happen a lot. He said, but what he said that surprised me was he said, but Bradbury will see some time at cornerback. They have no intentions of putting him back at corner. He is not going to play much corner at all. Okay, so that tells me. So Bradbury is getting all that money to be a backup safety. I mean, that's crazy right there. They are definitely going to trade him. And if you really think you need a backup safety that bad, go get Justin Simmons. Just go do it. A Bite of Life says, people keep seeing the commies are going to be good. Not sure why. Daniels is good, but he's young and he needs to put some weight on. I think it's just because of the amount of stuff that they did in free agency. They did get a lot of guys. I think I have them in second, but I have them in second because I think Dallas is going to struggle. And it's going to be more about what Dallas doesn't do, Justin Simmons should come to the Eagles. I agree. Iron Mike, what's up? He goes, Philly, what's up, my brother? Bradbury will be out once we get a decent offer for him. What would you take for Bradbury? Like, I'm willing to give me 2067 seventh round pick. Year 2067. I'll go up to the year 2075. To me, at this point, just trade him. Just get him off the books. Like I don't think the Eagles are putting him at safety because they're saying, oh, we got this huge hole at backup safety. Let's do it. I think they're putting him at backup safety because they're trying to up his value to trade him. But if they really feel like they need another safety, then go get Justin Simmons. Is Dak a good fit for the Raiders? I don't think he would be a bad fit. I don't know if that's where he would want to go, but they just seem. I've heard their name. I've heard their name with him before. I've also heard the Giants, but I don't think Dak would want to go to the Giants. Dak would want to go somewhere where he could win immediately. Pay a team to take him. Yeah, see, they don't want to cut him because then I think it's like $7 or $8 million against the cap. But if you trade him, it's a lot cheaper. But you have to trade him. Big Pickett says, Vic wants you think. See, the impression I got was listen, Bradbury's backup safety. Just put him over there, give him reps. I never got the impression they really wanted to keep him. Not what I got. Junior, what's going on, man? What's going on, Junior? I love you. I love you too, man. Thank you. What's up with your boy Nick Wright always shitting on the Eagles? He's saying Barkley's going to have a bad year, and he says us falling about. Dude, I literally have never watched Nick Wright. Like maybe once or twice clips I see on Twitter or X. I never watch him. He's not my boy. You're confusing me with somebody else. But I don't know why. The guy's a hater. Isn't he a big Chief guy? Not sure what's up with the Phils. They need to get them bats going again. Also, the RSP being stranded has been crazy. Yeah, runners in scoring position. That will always bite you every time. You can't do that. So yeah, I could see that. Bald Eagle, thank you for the super chat, my man. Shout out to you. He goes package Bradbury and Gainwell for AJ Dillon and a 4th or 5th, or maybe Bradbury and Gainwell for Zach Charbonnet. I don't think either of those teams would trade those guys. Like, I think you have to settle with a really late pick a few years down the road with Bradbury. The important thing isn't what you get back, in my opinion, for Bradbury. It's getting him off the books in a way that, you have some, it doesn't hurt you cap-wise. Barkley looks genuinely excited to be on the Eagles. That alone gives me high hopes. Yeah. Dude, when you look at Saquon, dude, he's played with nothing his entire career. He's got to be. I just think he's going to have I think the amount of difference that he's going to look from a year ago is going to be insane. I think people are going to be very surprised and very happy. It was a smart move by the Eagles to sign him. Addy, welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. We will be streaming pretty much every day. I will be streaming live for practice tomorrow morning my time. So we will be doing practice tomorrow. Eagles are all Sunday, then they're back at it on Monday. We will be streaming for all those practices. So definitely you're here at the right time, as well as we're streaming all the Eagles games. I'm going to try to catch up to the to the chat here. 500, this offense is going to be way more exciting than 2022. Mark my words. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. That's like the Cowboy fans' worst nightmare. Can you imagine if Kellen Moore and the Eagles go out and have a huge year? Then they really can't keep throwing Kellen Moore under the bus anymore. Bradbury's the Eagles' Tobias Harris. Yeah, he is. It's like maybe Bradbury could bounce back. I don't know, but you just got so many young outside corners and talent there. You got to use them. The question I want to know is you've had day one, you had Isaiah Rodgers' first team reps at corner. Day two, it was Ringo. Now, day three, or what day will Quinyon Mitchell start getting first team reps? I want Quinyon Mitchell to start. That's what I want. After 3 years of fun, I finally had to become a member. You put up great content. Thank you so much. I will actually have a channel member video up later this afternoon or tonight. So look for that. But thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. There was practice today. It was a closed walkthrough, so they didn't practice, and it was closed to the public. So nothing really to talk about. Tomorrow they're back at practice. They're practicing tomorrow, and then they're practicing. Then they're off Sunday. So we'll be live for that. We will be live for it. I think this year will be Dak's last year as a Cowboy, and I can see him going to the Raiders because they blew the chance of getting quarterback at draft. Yeah, I agree. I think that's what Jerry wants. 500. Would you like to see Slay and Rodgers outside, and Ringo back them up? Where we set C.J. Gardner-Johnson at safety. I think Goddard has to be your more like. Yeah, I think with Kellen Moore, I think there's going to be a lot more distribution with the ball. I think Goddard has a pretty good year. I would like to see, I would prefer to see Mitchell and Slay, but we got to find a way to get Rodgers on the field too. Out of all the guys this camp or this OTA in spring, Rodgers was the most surprising. No, I don't think they can't do pads until I think that at least the sixth practice. They have an acclimation period where it's like first week, it's almost like OTAs, and then you can start progressing more and more. So I think you have to have at least 6 practices before you can put the pads on. So what do they have? They have next week. They have on the 1st, you have the open practice, right? So that's Thursday. I'll be streaming for that. But the pads will probably go on. I'm thinking like Tuesday. $500. I like Dean, Devin White, and Baum will be solid. Here's a question I have for you: If Baum, if let's say you go to week 1, right? Let's say you go to week 1. Let's say Baum starts over Nakobe Dean. I mean, that's a really bad sign, right? Like if Nakobe Dean is not starting week 1 and Baum beats him out, I think that's a bad sign for Nakobe Dean. I do. I think Nakobe Dean, if you want him to take the next step, he's got to play and he's got to start and he's got to beat out Baum. And right now you have an open competition at that other linebacker besides Devin White. It's wide open. Baum's kind of getting first team reps more than anybody, then Dean, and then even Trotter. But I worry about I worry with the situation with Nakobe Dean is if you go into week 1 and Baum's your starting linebacker, what does that say about Nakobe Dean? Man, tight, thank you for super chat. My man goes, can the Gainwell experience be over, please? Way better talent already on the team. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think Gainwell is a very good number 3 running back. That's kind of how I see him. But I mean, we'll see. We will see. And man, Titan, thank you for that super chat, man. I appreciate it. And Herb, thank you for this super chat, man. He goes, did you hear Jerry Jones speaking 500 yesterday? Yeah, I thought it was horrible. I thought he sounded like he had resentment towards Dak. He wasn't happy about what was going on with Dak. And he also kind of said, like, hey, I put some really good teams and players around him. So he kind of was putting some stuff on Dak. I think he wants to get rid of him. Vic's voice infection is high when he talks about Bond. Dean is cooked. He gets like, I really like Bond. Like, he gets excited about him. He does. And I think that you want, in a perfect world, you want Nakobe Dean to take over that linebacking starting spot. He's a 3rd-round pick going to year 3. And then Bond comes in, never started before anywhere inside. And all of a sudden he gets a starting job. I think that's bad. I think that would be bad news. I don't have any news on Will Shipley. You know, to me, Will Shipley is the one pick where it's like, I just have to wait and see, you know? Like, I like a lot of the guys, but I don't know what to think about him. I need to watch him play. Jolo, what's going on? He goes, 500. Do you think Dean needs to switch positions? It just looks like linebacker doesn't work for him. I don't know. I mean, where would you move him to, like, safety? How tall is Nakobe? Is he like 5'10", 5'11"? I don't know if he could play another position. You know, I just think he's got to go out and beat Bond. He's just going to have to do it. J-Dog says, Stephen Jones said yesterday that the Cowboys haven't been successful in the postseason, and we need to get over that. I think Stephen Jones has more knowledge than his dad. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not very hard to know they haven't had success. Dallas has not done good since the salary cap era. Like, when you could just sign whoever, it didn't matter how much money, there was no cap. Everybody wanted to go there. That was fine. But now, since a cap and it's kind of even playing field, Dallas can't play. Hate to say it, but Silly was right about Dean. He'll be on the off team at this rate. Yeah, I mean, listen, we'll see. Like, I'm not giving up on Dean. I'm not going to give up on him. But I think this is where I think Dean has to make his move. Like, right now in training camp, and we're only in day 2, but it's now training camp, preseason. Like, this is where I'm looking for Nakobe Dean to take the job and win it. All right, that's what we want to see. And if he doesn't win it, then I'm going to start having my worries. But right now, I expect him to win it. You know, and then I expect eventually Jeremiah Trotter to start. 500 Smith will have over 1,200 yards, and I think you're right. I think Devontae Smith will have a great year. You know, dude, they asked a question about Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni's relationship, and I love the response by Devontae Smith. He just was not having it. I like where this team is mentally the first 2 days. I really do. Safety might be on your spot from the try. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, it's going to be interesting. We got 3 groups of starting caliber corners. I think you do. I think you got more than that. Well, you have Slay, you have Mitchell, you have Ringo, you have Isaiah Rodgers, and you have DeJean. Like, I think all 5 of those guys could start, and I think a guy like Isaiah Rodgers could develop into that. Bubba says, I think it's a joke that people are saying CD is as good as Jefferson. You can tell they don't watch football. Jefferson is going against the best outside. CD is going against the best linebacker. I agree. You're 100% right. And you wonder if that will play a part in a negotiation. It's not even close, but they said he wants like $35 million a year. Crazy. Jados, do you think with Jason Kelsey be retired, you think that Tush push? I don't know if it'll. I don't know. It's hard to say. Some people say it's all because of the leverage Kelsey gets. He could get so low. Others say it's Jalen Hurts and how strong he is. I think it probably is affected somewhat by Kelsey, but you're talking about like what, 95% success rate. So maybe it goes from like 95% to like 85%. It'll still be really, really good, you know. Especially if Kelsey told him what to do. 500 Dean at right guard. Oh, he couldn't do that. Yes, get your 500 some more. How many we got over 400 people in this mother humper. We only got 19. How many likes do we have? Oh yeah, we need at least another 100 likes. Let's get to at least 100 likes. 100 more likes. What about Micah? Micah wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in football. So they're going to have to pay him over north of 30. They want to pay CeeDee Lamb wants north of 30, and Dak's like 60. It's like not what, like $90 million. No, it's more than $90 million for three guys. I think either Dak is gone or Micah is gone. Maybe both. Bryce, what's going on, man? How are you? The Giants might sign Quandre Diggs. See, Quandre Diggs is another safety you could get. Hopefully, it'll be the Titans before the Giants. But I'm not worried about the Giants at all. Nakobe Dean is not going to win the job because he's too much in his head. And you heard what Vic said. I know what Vic said was like, he did in college, but he wasn't playing up to because of injury. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think for me, I think this is Nakobe Dean's time. Like he has to win the job now. That's what I think. Like my feeling with him is if he doesn't win the job now, my feelings for him going forward are going to plummet. Like this is where he has to win the job now. Slagathor says, look, let's be realistic. This is likely not working for him. But what if Bradbury can actually be an average level safety? Give him the option to stay the second team with a pay. Yeah, I mean, listen, if he could play and he was willing to take a pay cut, then yeah, why not? I mean, I have no issue with that. The question I wonder though is, is this for real? Like, do they really think? Are they really trying to get him to transition into a second string safety, or are they really trying to just build up his equity to trade him? So that's what I wonder. I don't know how serious to take him at safety, but if he can play it and he's good at it, and he'll take a pay cut, yeah, I'm okay with that. I just don't know that I believe it, Micah will lower his price just to play with the Eagles. Micah's gonna get stiffed by Dallas, and he's gonna come to Philly for spite. And it's gonna be Saquon Barkley that helps him come. That's what I think. 500. How safe is it for Slay with these young Bulls playing well? Do you feel if he was to part ways with him, would you trust? Me personally, I would trust the young guys, but I don't think they'll do it. Like, I think you need at least one veteran there. And I think they look at Slay as the guy to really be the veteran at corner to really help those rookies and help those young guys. But I think this is Slay's last year with the Eagles. I don't think Slay's back at this year. And it's not because I don't like Slay. I have a lot less problems with Slay than some others. But I just think that with the amount of young talent you have, they have to play. Cooper or Bradbury, who would you trust more of a safety? A young, smart guy or a guy that's just moving different positions? Well, I would say this, and this is just me saying, I think there would be higher upside with Cooper DeJean in the long run. But Bradbury, Bradbury's a smart guy. He's been in the league for a while. He's a veteran. So, there are things that he knows that DeJean just doesn't. For me, I'm okay with putting the young guys in, like not just a safety, but in general positions. I'm totally okay if you play the young guys early on defense, because I see it kind of like Kansas City, where they played all their young guys. They struggled, but they had Mahomes. They kind of got through it. And then you saw last year their defense started playing really good. I wouldn't mind a situation where you play the Eagles' young guys on defense. They struggle. They go through what they're going to go through. And then all of a sudden, boom, you make that move. And these guys start playing really well, especially around playoff time, So it turns out, can't wait to play y'all in Brazil. My boy Love is about to reset the court. Yeah, Love's a great quarterback. I can't say nothing bad about him. And I think Green Bay and the Eagles, in my opinion, Green Bay and the Eagles had two of the best all seasons. I said Slay's today's. I said stay today's time, not the past. You're the only one bringing up the past. Answer the question about you guys' old ass owner can't pay. You got to be talking about Dallas, right? Because when you say old ass, I know you're talking about a guy that's 10,000 years old. Saquon helps him do what? Come to Philly. Saquon, Micah, both Penn State guys. When Mike is a free agent, Saquon helps him come to Philly. But if CD was a true number one, Jerry would have no problem giving him money. Jerry knows him not paying 30 something into a slot. Yeah. Will they trade him? What do they do with him? I mean, listen, to me, they have nothing on offense. Ferguson? But they have nothing on offense that scares me at all. If this guy holds out, especially into the year, Dallas is done. Do I miss Miles Sanders? I don't miss Miles. No. I mean, I like what we have here. Quinyon Mitchell will play preseason, so you think he will have interception? I say Quinyon Mitchell pick 6 in preseason. How about that? I'm gonna go out on the limb. I don't know if I could bet a future, but Quinyon Mitchell preseason pick 6. I'm calling it right now. I Shine, what's going on, my man? How are you? Dallas still stinks. They do. They definitely stink. No question about it. Let me pull up some. So here's some highlights from media guys throughout Twitter and stuff. I collected and put some of this stuff together. So shout out to all the media guys. You can follow them all on Twitter. But this is really the first 2 days of practice that we saw. Today was no practice. Remember, today was a closed walkthrough. So there's no media there. The Eagles will be on the field tomorrow practice. I will be streaming. I don't know what computer I'm going to be using. I got to take my computer this afternoon to get it fixed because my screen's all messed up. Eagles Army Down Under. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Shout out to you. He goes, love how Mark and Sills hate on Hurts in minicamp, but keep quiet after he's improved during training camp. Oh, you're not going to hear anything from them during anything good. That's just the way it goes. But I hear you. Eagles Army Down Under. I hear you. California Keys, what's going on, man? How are you? Devin Allen is not on the team. No, I think he's gone. If not, do you think he could win out of Ross? Who could win a Ross Covey? You mean the return game? I'm still gonna put Covey in the lead in terms of returner. I still think Covey has the inside track, although those guys can do it. I still think Covey's gotten a lot better the last 2 years. The question is do the Eagles want to keep a guy just to play special teams? Like, I would like to even see them use Covey in the slot sometimes. Why not see if he could play it? I know he's small, but that's going to be the question. Do they want to keep a guy specifically for return, or do they want to go with a guy that can play wide receiver and? But I still think Covey, when you're just talking about punt returner, I think Covey can win it. I still think Covey. Listen, he was pretty good last year, to be honest with you. Kyle says, Philly, we need another pass rusher. It looks like we might. And let me say this, if we do, I'm going after Matt Judon. That's who I would go for. Fat Mac, what's going on? Cat says, Love is about to be the highest paid quarterback, and the price for Dak will only go up. Well, Tua got paid today, right? But Love is close. Will Love get more now because of 2? Will that reset his market? And yeah, if Love gets paid before Dak, Dak is gone. Dak's so gone. C Lamb's way better than I can't even take you seriously. Eagles are winning the Super Bowl if they can stay healthy. I'm with you. Gino, what's going on, big dog? How's everything is great. Everything is good, except for my computer. My computer's driving me up a wall. So hopefully I can get that fixed today. Edward says, I keep saying we will see crash test on the field at wide receiver. I would really be interesting. It would be interesting to see him on the field. Like, I think he could play it. I think he would do good. He's small, but I mean, why not give him a chance? 500, who would you put at linebacker? Truthfully, me, Devin White, and it would be Devin White and Trotter Jr. I love the fact that Trotter got reps with the first team. Now, it doesn't mean he'll start, but out of all the rookies, I believe he's the only rookie to get first team reps. So let's see how he goes. But, linebacker is an interesting battle because Bourne clearly is Vic Fangio's choice. You could tell by the way he talks about him. Nakobe Dean, to me, this is make or break for Nakobe Dean this preseason. And then Trotter Jr., to me, I think when he gets his chance, he's going to do good. As much as you hate saying this, do you think the Giants will have a top 10 defense with Brian Burns? Top 10 defense? I won't say top 10 defense. I think they'll have a top 10 pass rush. I think their pass rusher will be very good. But I think you'll be able to run all over them, But they do have a good defensive line. They do. But when the Giants play and they're out on the field for 45 minutes because their offense can't stay on the field and that defense gets tired, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it. Shipley or Gainwell? I'll go Shipley. I've seen enough Gainwell. I know what I have in Gainwell. Gainwell to me is a third string running back, a good third string running back. But that's it. He's not a number 2. ACP Baller, what's up? He goes, hey, Philly, what's good, my friend? How have you been? I've been good, man. I've been good. How about you? I want Quinyon Mitchell. Should be a solid if you make him gets the playing time. What do you think? I want number 1 playing just my – I do too. I mean, I talked about this earlier. I want him to win that starting spot. We just got to be a little patient, Fangio's old school, right? He's going to make the rookies work up the depth chart. They're going to start at the bottom. They're going to have to work their way up. So you saw Isaiah Rodgers day 1 get reps with the first team. You saw day 2 Ringo get reps with the first team first. And then I think next week we're going to hear Quinyon Mitchell's getting first team reps. And if he can win that starting job, it would be huge. I have a MacBook Pro. Philip says, I can't wait for the season to start 500. Our roster is loaded. I think we're going to roll Green Bay like a bulldozer. Oh, man. If we go out and destroy Green Bay, that would be huge. The Eagles are going to be big green killing machine. Plenty of blowouts. I hope you're right. Because I think that Green Bay game is really tough. And then once you kind of get through that Green Bay game, I think you go on a winning streak. Let me see if I have the schedule. I don't know if I still have the schedule on here. Roster. I might have deleted it. I do. I only have – the only thing I still have from the draft is Dallas Cowboys' last signing. This was the big signing of the Cowboys this offseason. Cat Williams. The Cowboys signed Cat Williams to a 2-year contract. And they're in big trouble. That's the only thing I have left for the draft. Yeah, I'll have to pull the schedule, though. Cat Williams tearing it up. This is my computer screen right now, for those who want to know. That's what it looks like. I got these huge lines going down. I got this big circle of void of something, and I can barely see it, and it shakes real bad. And then the screen, I have to keep hitting the button. It takes forever to get the whole screen to come on if it's set for a while. It's brutal. Yeah, I'm curious to see Shipley play too. My feeling still is that you still have a big drop off between like if something God forbid happens to Barkley, I mean, it's like, man, that's a huge drop. I know people don't like this. People have told me they don't like this, but I like it. If Miles Sanders gets cut, I would not mind bringing him in for 1 year to back up Barkley. I saw that, J-Dog. I saw that. I don't know what to make of it. It's crazy. So Zeke at running back and Cooks is your number 2. So Texas lady boy, when Dallas don't do no shoes. Yeah. Nobody is scared of Dallas's running game. At least with Pollard, you had a threat. There is no threat. There is nothing to be scared of. Dallas is too one-dimensional. Kendall Milton. Let's watch for him because talking about Shipley, talking about Gainwell, and you're right. I did a video on him. Kendall Milton might be the surprise for the Eagles because I think he could play. He's got some size. He may be the perfect guy to be a backup. And let me tell you, if he goes out there and he's doing well, I don't care. I'm putting him above Shipley and Gainwell. But I want to see Milton play. Milton could be. I think Milton's going to come out first preseason game. He's going to play in the fourth quarter when it's just guys are trying to make it somewhere. And he's going to have a big game. And then I think everybody's going to want to see more of him. D-Love, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I really feel like Hurts is going to MVP year. They say he looks good and explosive in camp. By the way, how many snaps should they play in preseason? I don't know total snaps, but I'll say I think week 1 in preseason they should play one drive. Week 2 in preseason, 1 quarter. And if they give them that, maybe actually because it's not 4 preseason. How about 1 quarter, first quarter, week 1, half week 2, and then week 3 they don't play. That's what I think they should do. So they play quarter week 1, play a half week 2. I think they need to play. I think your rookie they won't do this, by the way. They won't do this. They'll play maybe 1 drive and that's it. The Eagles will probably play week 1 drive, done. That's most likely. You won't see anybody the rest of preseason. But if it was me, one quarter week 1, a half week 2, week 3 you sit. And thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. Mr. International, what's going on? I'm at work listening to you, brother. Busy to comment flavors. Oh, I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you listening. Thank you. Let's see here. Would you rather Carson Wentz back, JJ White's Rager back, or Nate Gary? God. I would take Wentz back before I would take any of those guys. If Wentz came in and knew his role. Now, Wentz is with the Chiefs, right? Watch. He's going to look like $1 million. Yeah, they'll probably play. This is what they'll probably do. They'll probably play 1 drive week 1, and then they won't play week 2. They won't play week 3. And then Sirianni's going to say that we consider practice where they get all the reps. And that's what they'll do. Hopefully that's enough when you have a new offense, right? Like they got a new offensive coordinator, new offense, and you have to play early. You have to play on a Friday in Brazil. I think you can't afford to not be ready. I think Tyler Hall could be like a sleeper in the preseason. What do you think? Do you think he makes the team? Well, the thing with Tyler Hall is, from everything I was reading about him, he's always this guy on the verge of just needing a shot to start. Like he hovers around there. He probably will come out, look good, and we'll be saying we got to keep him. I think he's got a chance to make this team, actually. Phil, you hear Jalen Hunt has been looking good. I have. I talked about that in yesterday's video. I heard that Jalen Hunt looks really good so far. He's still got work to do and stuff, but I think he's a guy that you have to watch out for down the road because I think, I don't know, there's just some guys strike you a certain way, man. He just needs time, but I like the kid, you know. Hopefully, I don't think Jordan Love's holding out, right? He's at camp. Was it true back that I think it was 9 times. I think it was like 9 times. And then he missed like 3 plays and he was back. So we'll see. A bite of life is Kermit Mahomes is salivating over the receivers from Texas. I'm sure he is. Texas got good receivers. You know, the Raiders called him Kermit. They're going to pay. The one guy you don't talk about without paying a price is Mahomes. And they should do whatever Andy Reid does preseason. His system's been working. Yeah, why not? Yeah, Jay, though, he threw up. Not sure how many times, but he went back in there. Yeah, I agree. 5 touchdowns versus the Raiders is going to happen. Carlos, what's going on? How are you? Raiders might 50 on Mahomes, maybe. They might get put. Yeah, Mahomes might put 50 on them. Yeah. I don't know why they would go after Mahomes. That's stupid. Xavier Word from Texas is faster than the Cheetah. He did. Yeah, I mean, he broke the record at the 40 at the combine. Let's see if he has that in game. You know, there's one thing to run a 40, then there's one thing to have game speed. Tyreek Hill has game speed. There's not many guys I've seen that have perfect angles on a guy. Like, there's no way you're going to let him go. And he's so fast, he still can get around it. Tyreek Hill's game speed's ridiculous. Fat Mac, thank you for super chat, my man. He goes, look out for defensive line Gabe Hall. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. It would be nice to see him step up. We need another defensive tackle. Can't wait for Reese's Jalen's Hunt's name. Why? I think they play the whole first game. Okay, play 3 quarters as the second and play half the third. That's a lot, man. That would be a lot of reps for them. I mean, listen, I would rather take a chance and get some reps. I don't know if I would do that many, but I think they need to do something. Master, what's going on? How are you? Cheetah has game speed. Exactly. Yeah, he does. Talk about game speed. Remember how fast Chris Jones was extremely fast. Yep. Josh Allen throws 3 straight interceptions during practice today. I mean, Josh Allen is a good quarterback. I wouldn't worry about that practice. The question I have with the Bills is I just don't know what weapons they have. Like I just don't see how you're on the verge of trying to win. You're so close to winning. And I never understand this. When you're on the verge of winning a Super Bowl, when you're close, why do you let talent go? Why would you let Diggs go? You can't work it out. You can't figure it out. And then he goes to the Texans, who are up and coming team. I don't get it. I don't even like the fact that the Eagles let Reddick go. Fat Mac, thank you for super chat. Goes, please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. JT56 says Rager better than Worthing. Only in our dreams. Yes, that's a big deal. Money for Bradbury. We need room for the Rooks 500. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Bradbury. I'm legitimately confused. Like, I don't know if they're serious about putting him at safety. Like, if they're really saying, "Oh, he could play safe," or is this just a ploy to up his value? Worthy like Ruggs? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Or the thing with Worthy, he's got Mahomes. Mahomes will make him look good. Jay does. Are the Eagles allowed to get Reddick back? No, I don't think unless somehow. See, the problem is Reddick told the Jets, "You could trade for me, but I'm not playing without a contract." And they still traded for him. So you can't say that the Eagles lied or misled the Jets. They didn't. They traded for him anyways. See, what I think is Reddick told the Eagles, I would like a new contract, but I'm not going to hold out. And the Eagles said to the Jets, well, he told us he's not holding out for us. But as soon as he gets traded to the Jets, he doesn't have the same loyalty as he does with the Eagles. So he tells them he's going to hold out. What I like about Fangio, he said he will play the player who is doing the best. Not that stupid loyalty thing we used to. Best players should be playing. I agree. Now, he says it. Let's see if he does it. Because what happens when the front office and Howie says, hey, listen, Vaughn has been great at linebacker, but, Nakobe Dean, we want him playing. Like, what happens when that happens? Devin says, throwing interception in practice isn't a bad thing all the time. Yeah, right, exactly. It gives you a chance to practice in deep balls time with the receivers. You can be risky at practice, but not in a game. Less comfortable. I agree with you 100%. I do not worry. I do not care about that. The thing that I like, and the only reason I talk about Hurts so far is because I just remember last year vividly the Eagles, having practices and him overthrowing guys or just missing. And that was a big issue last year in training camp, if you guys remember. Hurts is overthrowing this guy, overthrew this guy. And it was like every day that they were talking about it. This year so far, he's hitting everybody. He's accurate like a surgeon. So that's the only reason I've been bringing it up with Hurts. 500, are you going to watch basketball in the Olympics? Maybe. The Olympics on Peacock? I don't know. I don't even know how much Olympics I'll watch. If it's boxing, if I could catch boxing, I'll watch that. J-Dog says, do you think Bradbury will stay because C.J. Gardner-Johnson was like a hype man on the field? See, listen, what I heard about C.J. Gardner-Johnson, his energy is already a huge deal for the Eagles. All right, just having him there. I think they want to trade Bradbury. I think the only reason they're putting him at safety is to make him look like he has, he has some value being able to play other positions. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see. I don't see how you can pay Bradbury all that money and keep him as a backup safety. D-Love Dave for Super Chat goes, who do you look forward to see the most of preseason? Probably Quinyon Mitchell. I'm looking forward to Quinyon Mitchell. I want to see the kid play because I think he's going to be a really good player. Do I like cocktails without? No, I do not. I don't even like cocktails with the tails. Gambling Hippie says, with Bradbury, I think they have nowhere to also put him but safety, and they dream he turn into one of the few older corners that can make transition. Yeah, you might be right. I would be very shocked. I would be very shocked if Bradbury ends up starting or being on this roster week 1. I really would. Let's see. If Cooper DeJean wasn't hurt, who would you rather get interception first, Mitchell or Cooper? I'll say Mitchell. I think the interception will do more for Mitchell because my idea of Mitchell is I want him outside corner shut down. I want him to be the guy that it follows the best player around. I know that they don't necessarily play man like that, but I want him to be the shutdown corner. So I would say Mitchell. DeJean, I have bigger plans for DeJean in terms of what to do. Like, I ain't worried about him getting interception. DeJean is, to me, a 2-3-year-old guy. Like, he needs to learn how to play every position in the secondary. And, you got to give him time to develop. I want Mitchell on the field now. Rodgers getting the first interception. I'm gonna say this. First preseason game, Quinyon Mitchell. And it's preseason. Pick 6, Quinyon Mitchell. It's coming. If you cut Bradbury, you'll pay. Yeah, you can't cut Bradbury. What you want to do is you want to trade him because then you wipe most of that cap hit away. The question is who would want him. So you got to make it very appealing to a team. Basically, you got to give them away for nothing. You just want them off your books. I love Eli Ricks. I don't know if he makes his team. I mean, we're just really, really deep. Would you say Jake Elliott is already the best kicker at Eagles? I don't know. It's tough. I mean, Akers was pretty good. I'll say he's heading this way. Akers was really, really good, but I mean, he does have a Super Bowl. He is some of the most amazing kick. I mean, it's an argument to be made. I will say this: Akers was a great kicker too, but he was the best onside kicker I've ever seen. I've never seen an onside kicker as good as David Akers. Fat Mac Philly, thank you for super checkers. Worst nightmares hurts is Cam Newton 2.0. Yeah, I don't think he will be though. I don't think that's going to happen. JJ Rockfield, what's going on, man? Listen. I think having Cam Newton is not that bad. Cam Newton is good enough to win a Super Bowl. Akers went into falls. He did. Thing with Elliott is Elliott misses. Remember, all the extra points he used to miss. It was like the easier the kick, the more pressure on Elliott. The harder the kick, the better he did. He's worked a lot of that out though, But I mean, it's a great question. Elliott's a hell of a player. He's got to be, in my opinion, top 2 kicker in the league. Elliott way more consistent. Yeah, the Super Bowl and the big kicks. Where Akers gets them is the onside kicks. I'd have to look at their numbers though. Geez, Elliott's been here since 20. Yeah, Elliott's been here a while. Yeah, he might be. What was the one kicker? I remember when I was young. He was real good. The barefooted kicker. Was it Tony Franklin? Was that what his name was? That was my favorite kicker until Buddy Ryan put a bounty on Luis and Dejas. And it was another level. But Elliott has to be. Yeah, Elliott probably is. He probably is. If the Eagles offense is extremely successful, do we promote Kellen to head coach, Nick to offensive coordinator? I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, that's going to be the question, because they're going to be good and they're going to go far. And Kellen Moore is going to get offered head coaching jobs. And I don't think the Eagles can afford to lose them. Okay. They've had too many offensive coordinators. You can't keep doing this to Jalen Hurts. So you just pay him so much money, he'll stay as a coordinator? Or do you say, you know what, Nick, will slide you in the front office or something, but we're going to promote Moore? I don't know. We must not forget. No, Akers was great. No, Akers was a great kicker. Elliott and Justin Tucker are the top. Yeah, right now, top 2 kickers is Tucker and Elliott. Esmery the Booth, what's happening? How are you? Kellen's not leaving after 1 year unless we win the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. Let's say they get to NFC Championship game. He gets offered a coaching job. I don't know. Double doink, poor guy. It happened against us. Yeah, I remember that. Akers was a great kicker. Like I said, Akers to me is the best onside kicker I've ever seen. Never seen a guy who was so successful getting onside kicks. Yeah, the half Tony Dempsey. Yeah, he had no toes or something, right? Did you live stream the double doink from the Bears games? If you weren't, what was your? Yeah, I did. No, I did. It's on my channel somewhere. Probably type in Eagles Bears. I even have a reaction to that. Yeah, I have that. Mark Holmes made a video today blasting Lance, knowing he threw 3 interceptions. He really made a video against Lance throwing interceptions. But if Prescott throws interception, he don't want to talk about it. He's such a look. I think he likes Prescott more than he likes the Cowboys. The video that I want to see the most in the world is the day that Dak Prescott leaves Dallas and Mark has to make a video. It's going to be glorious. Jordan Davis is going to have a big year. Jordan Davis is going to be a stud this year. At this point, I think you're right. I think thinking about it, sitting here talking about it, I would take Elliott over Akers too. I think you have to. He's won a Super Bowl. And I'll say this. The kick against the Bills in the rain, in that weather, with that wind, I don't know, man. I don't know how he made that. That was clutch. You don't get more clutch than that. So did you see the video of the Bears fans screaming at Cody Park? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Am I going to the Dallas game with Mark? Well, Mark wanted to do the Eagles gala, and then he bailed on me. And he said he can't go, and he cut the whole thing off. Then he got embarrassed about it because I called him out on it. So then now he wants me to go to Dallas. We'll see. I'm not on call for Mark Holmes. You can't match much better than that. Yeah, that was crazy. That was really crazy. So we got 413 people. Let me just say thank you so much. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. I am going to probably have to end this now, though. I have an appointment in about 45 minutes to get my computer fixed. So I'm probably going to have to give it up for, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll be on my wife's computer tomorrow. I will be streaming live practice tomorrow morning, so look for that. It should be fun. Philly Shakedown will be Monday this week, and then it will also be Thursday. We will be live streaming the Eagles Open practice. But let me thank everybody for joining me today. I appreciate it. Trying to do as many streams as possible every day. So I appreciate it very, very much. Oh, and the Phils are coming on, so I'll keep track of that as well. But let me just thank everybody so much for hanging out with me. Mike, hey, Philly, what are your expectations for Hurts this season? Do you think he'll have some growing pains in new offense, or do you expect it to be? No, I think he'll have some growing pains. I think it takes a while to learn, but I think he's going to have a MVP type year. I do. I think he has a close to an MVP type year. I think he looks really good right now. I think he looks like they're saying he looks really fast. I know he doesn't have a leg injury, but he also looks a little lighter. So I have high expectations for Jalen Hurts, even though there will be, early on, we got to give him some time. But yeah, I would say so. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Go get my computer taken care of. I hope you guys all have a great day. And I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. We'll be streaming practice, and then I'll have a bunch of videos out. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat, and let Mark Holmes take us home.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the Lamb! You tried to feed the Lamb! You got to give it to Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.